Hi, I'm James, a knee, foot and ankle specialist, and in today's video we're going to compare two of Asic's most popular shoes, the Asics Gel-Nimbus 26 and the Asics Gel-Cumulus 26. So first off, starting with weight, we've got a heavier shoe in the Gel-Nimbus. It comes in about 303 grams for male size 9 and 224 grams for women size 8, whereas with the Gel-Cumulus, much lighter, comes in about 255 grams for men size 9 and 220 grams for women size 8. Then in terms of stack height, we've got 38.5 millimeters at the rear and we've got 30.5 meters at the front, giving an 8 mm heel drop for the Cumulus. And then in the Nimbus, we've got 41.5 at the rear and 33.5 at the front, again giving an 8 mm heel drop, but a bit more stack height to pack in that extra cushioning. In terms of the upper, what we'd say about both of them is that we noticed they're a little bit too tapered at the front, so that we found it was a little bit tight on the forefoot, and we probably recommend to most people to think about getting a half size up. And in the Nimbus, it's got a slightly more plush upper mesh, so not as light as what you get in the Cumulus. So then both shoes are what we'd consider a neutral stable shoe, but with slight variations which we'll talk you through. So first of all, in the Gel-Nimbus, it's got sidewalls going from the heel to the midfoot, and think of that just as rails in a bowling alley. If you pull them up, it helps control your foot, reducing the amount of motion and reducing the amount of energy that you use going from side to side rather than moving forward, so it keeps you quite centered in the shoe. It's got what Asics like to call a nestled heel, but technically we tend to call it a deeper heel cup, and it uses the big sidewalls to help cradle the ankle, and that can also help reduce the motion of the ankle side to side, especially when you make contact with the ground. And then it's got a relatively centered heel bevel at the back, which keeps your foot relatively centered, and then coupled with the sidewalls and the nestled heel, it really helps to cup and stabilize your ankle when you make that initial contact with the ground. In the Gel-Cumulus, you've also got the sidewalls not as aggressively placed as what you find in the Nimbus. You have a nice wide sole flare, so you can see the sole is slightly wider than the cushioning on top. That helps to provide extra stability underfoot by providing a bigger platform. So it provides stability with the sidewalls and with the wider platform, whereas you've got a deeper bed within the Nimbus. You've also got a posterior lateral heel bevel on the Cumulus that isn't in the Nimbus, and that just ensures a smooth transition when you hit the ground, that you don't rock in as much as you might in other shoes. So another form of stability that you find in the Cumulus. Then in terms of performance, slightly different. When it comes to responsiveness, you get a bit more of a feedback, a bit more kickback in the Cumulus than you do in the Nimbus. So we really found it enjoyable, especially with a bit more up-tempo runs, whereas we found that the Nimbus is a little bit softer, a little bit more plush, felt like you're running on a cloud. So a shoe that we probably recommend or save more for longer, easy runs. A bit more, you can use a bit more up-tempo runs with the Cumulus. So both shoes are excellent all-rounders. The Cumulus is a shoe that we'd often recommend to beginner runners as the geometry isn't too aggressive. It's got packed with loads of cushioning but still has a little bit of responsiveness, whereas the Nimbus we recommend for easy long runs or for recovery runs. So overall, two excellent shoes. If you've got any questions on them, please leave them in the comment section. If you found the video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel.